So it's like a double kind of hit to the face to the people who
Yeah,
purchase. You know what I'm saying?
slap
Like
to the
people.
face. Yeah. All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the Collecting Brothers. I'm John. This is Josh. Let's go ahead and jump into this week's toy news. All right. First up, we got here. Just wanted to do a quick update on the Odious 2 Kickstarter with the Cowboy and the Soldier. Today is the last day of this recording, so when you guys see this, we'll see if you funded. The last we checked in here was at 92,000 with 8 days to go. We're about a week week after that, so 145,628. So coming in onto his goal there with 16 hours to go. So still plenty of time there. We'll see what kind of jump he has. He had a pretty good jump, I think, on Thursday or Wednesday, but it's been continuing. So we'll see. Best of luck, Wade.
Yeah, I say they probably make it. Like, I don't see why not.
Yeah,
Right?
I don't see why not either. I think there's enough support and enough people. I think just word's got to get out that this is the last day for it, and just if you want it, you got to back it, right? Big Bad Toy Store is not going to come in and save this. Apparently, they're not going to be doing that anymore. Too. They are no longer going to be putting money directly into Kickstarters like they have. So, all right, let's keep it going here. We got a little news from the Four Horsemen. We got a new character here. This is going to be part of the ZoloCon exclusive for this year's ZoloCon. Let me confirm that actually, though. But it's like an executioner. What do you think of this, Josh?
Oh, really cool. I think needed figure, because we have tons of knights, tons of elves, tons of dwarves now, but we never had an executioner type character, especially to use the existing parts they have from the barbarian body, but then using new pieces with the executioner axe and then that really cool head. I like that they went with the hole in the mask where you can kind of see a little bit of the executioner.
Yeah, this is like my boy Felonious from Shrek, Number 3, my lord. And so this is soft goods, I'm assuming, based off of what I can tell, but I could be wrong. Just looks like it's laying. But this is Grim the Executioner. So this is for ZoloCon 2026. It is an exclusive. It's one of their characters. It will be sold by ZoloCon, the actual convention, not by the Four Horsemen. These are the exclusive parts here that you won't be able to pick up at the show. Four Horsemen will do a drop of this in their in-stock. It'll be an in-stock item as well. So don't worry if you don't want the translucent heads, you'll still be able to get this cool Felonious figure. Next up from NECA, we're getting a little Predator Badlands. Here we have deck $46.99 over at Big Bad Toy Store. And yeah, NECA's got the Predator line. They're going to put out their deck. We had a little preview previously, but here's some more pictures. I love this little picture here where he's got a little bow and arrow, just a little tiny one, little tiny one.
That kind of definitely looks a little off. Like, I don't know if that's how awkward it is in the movie, and if it is, then I'm misspeaking, but it looks awkward just without the drawed string, the bow just set there, even the way he's holding it, right? Because the neck articulation doesn't allow for kind of a good archer grip, where he's holding it like this, like out in front of him. So that looked kind of bad, but sculpt and paint wise is where NECA shines, right? And then that is nothing to slouch upon. You got all the good hues, red hues, just like I see from the trailer. I feel like they really captured the color of the skin that I see in the trailer. It's like a lizard.
Yeah, I definitely agree here. This should not have been added to the promo. I understand you're trying to show off the bow, but this is just a terrible
Dude,
pose.
just have it. I'm in charge, I have it posted to his side, right? That way it looks still good, but not trying to do more than it can do with the figure.
Yeah, so there you go. Cool that they're bringing in some faceplates here. Nice variation. You get the helmet as well, and those fun weapons, predator weapons. So we'll see if they'll do his companion. I can't remember her name, but Waylon Utani.
Ella Fanning, yeah.
Yeah, Ella. Yeah, so that'd be cool. I mean, they might even do an ultimate, right? Like where you get both of them.
Yeah,
because she's half a body,
just like they did with the Chewie too. Yeah, they did like the Chewie with the 3PO of the backpack. Yeah,
exactly. All right, let's jump over to McFarlane Toys here. They dropped a Batcave playset. This is for the animated series, so this is the 6-inch scale stuff. $225 for a Batcave playset. Not for me. Really cool. The McFarlane playsets are fun for what they are, but not $250 worth, man.
Yeah, especially just looking at the plastic. You can kind of tell this is a cheaper plastic, which I don't mind. I feel like you should be using cheaper plastic on playsets that way to bring down the cost. And so I do think, especially from McFarlane, like I think from any other company, I would have been like, that's kind of just, but from McFarlane, I do think this is a bit overpriced. Looking at the scale of the figure to the size, it is a good size. And I do feel like there's a lot of cool, display pieces and options, and it looks really neat, like with the base and with I think the computer like setup. It really
Yeah.
adds like a lot of depth and size and scale to the Batcave. But 225 definitely pushing it. Would rather have like like a Haslab at that point. Rather have Sentinel. Would rather have the 97 Sentinel or Giant Man. But with this, it is cool though because I do want to see more playsets. Like that's something I feel like we're missing. I feel like there's something we're missing from like a lot of just any company. I would love playsets from, but maybe just if this was like, let's think of a price that we would pay for this.
Me
Looking
personally,
at it,
yeah, what are you thinking, Josh?
go ahead, go ahead. No, you go first.
Like, from since he's it's an exclusive to his store, so he does add a little extra because he's like having to cover all the costs himself and not getting it from other companies. I would say like 60, $70. Maybe I'm too low, but that's what I think. Just the
Yeah,
vanilla plastic. Because I have some of his playsets that he's done before, and there's no detailing, there's no paint apps, it's just bare plastic, and they go for $30 to $40, and they're the smaller ones, right? They come with some
yeah,
tables, some backdrops. Yeah, you do get a figure, I guess, on these.
yeah. Definitely crazy too, though. Crazy too, though. Just because, like, look at the size of it, right? It is a sizable playset, not only in height wise, but width wise, and even depth wise. I would say even like 150. I think 150 would be like a good fair price, both on both sides. But yeah,
Okay.
225. Nah, I don't think many people are gonna buy this. I think only the diehards.
Mhm. Yeah, we'll see. All right, let's keep it going here. Next up, we're getting a static shock. I guess static is what the character is called. Figure here comes with a baseball cap, looking cool. Yeah, looking like Chance the Rapper out here. New effect pieces though. I don't think we've seen these effect pieces from McFarlane before. And some good weathering or some good design on the with the paint apps on that.
Yeah, I think the effect piece kind of sucks. Like it just doesn't really emulate the way lightning kind of looks. But like you mentioned, the highlight for me is the paint apps, and he always tries new paint apps, and I really appreciate him for doing that. And the way that blue is kind of coming through in certain spots, especially almost looking like the highlights where it's like supposed to be highlighted, the blue is actually appearing. But what's interesting about it is if you guys look at the paint apps, it doesn't look like he's like putting the blue on top. It almost looks like the whole figure's blue, and then like he's like painting the black
Yeah.
onto it. I don't know how he's doing it, but it definitely is making a very cool and interesting effect on it. Because what's nice about it is like I would love maybe to even see like a black suited Spider-Man like that, because sometimes with the black suited
Mm,
Spider-Man, it's like
yeah.
straight black, but then we can also see that, in comics that you can kind of see the
Yeah.
blue. Whereas like from afar, like if you step back from this static figure, it looks straight black. But when you get close to it, or if you shine it into a light, you're definitely gonna
Right.
pick up a lot of the blues, which would be really cool on just some Marvel characters, I think.
I definitely think I agree with you. They did a blue figure with black paint on top for sure. Way it's falling to pieces. We also get his little disc thing that he can write on. All right, next up, we're getting a McFarlane, Toy Store exclusive. This is the armored suit Batman, and yeah, Platinum Edition, and it comes pre-painted. Pre-painted, $25 for the armored up Batman, pre-painted for the. That way, Todd's telling you how to pose your figures. You know how he does, and yeah, so pick it up there if you want it.
I think this is a cool, interesting figure, and there's a lot of things I would like to comment on here. For one, of course, I think the sculpt is really good. I think the size and girth of the Batfleck armored suit is accurate, very accurate. Now, when it comes to the Kryptonite piece, he definitely should have gone translucent green plastic, man.
Mm,
It just missed opportunity there. And then on top of that, I'm actually kind of shocked that he's not able to like replicate a glowing effect on a figure through paint, especially because the blueprint's already there. If you're familiar with any customizers or any people who paint kind of what are they called? Miniatures?
minis, yeah,
Like I watch, people watch I
yeah, yeah.
see people like just watch I see people
Minianical,
paint
right? Paint more minis. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I see people paint miniatures, of Warhammer, and I just like looking at the techniques that they use and picking up on things that they do. If you just watch one video, you're gonna see how to create a light effect
Hmm.
on a figure that looks realistic without it actually glowing. And they did it on the eyes. That's what's shocking. Like the only thing they need to do is just add like a lighter tone. Like you can see that on the eyes, they did the white and into the blue. Looks like it's glowing. On the green, they needed to do a dark green, which they did, but I feel like the light green's missing. They needed
Yeah,
the light green somewhere to make it pop, and then it would look really cool. So I think with just those and two improvements, just a lighter green, translucent green, this figure would have been sick. Because I do also even like the soft goods cape. I feel like they chose like a good cheap fabric for it. At this price point, I think that's a good fabric. And then the
$25, yeah.
weathering, yeah, the weathering on the bottom doesn't look too terrible.
No, no. Yeah, I was honestly surprised at the price point with this. So
It's good.
yep,
It's a
I
good price, I think,
yeah,
for the size of the figure.
I was surprised. But yeah, there you go. There's that armored Batman.
Something though with that too is I
Yeah.
feel like I still might even get this one just because you can. I feel like because it's already Batman, I wonder how it scales kind of with your 6-inch Batfleck and 6-inch Henry Cavill Superman because I feel like it might.
Okay.
I don't know, just because
Right.
it's
It's the
armored.
suit, yeah.
Yeah,
All right, let's jump over to GI Joe. I'm excited about this one. I'm recently been getting back into Joes because me and Emil, we just easily said like, hey, you want to play with some Joes, and like those figures can take a hit, and we have the vehicles, and it's really fun to play. So this was really exciting to see. They are re-releasing the His tank. So previously a HasLab, right, where if you got it, and didn't get it. But Hasbro has those molds. Why not recolor it and call it the Arctic His tank? I didn't back the His tank because I wasn't into Joe's, but like I'm very tempted to pick. This is up for pre-order. Like you can just pre-order it. It'll ship in next year December, and yeah, 200, 300, or I think 200, $300, $300. No, maybe it was 200. I'm wrong. But yeah, what do you think, Josh? Bringing back the His
let's
tank.
let's check the price here. Yeah,
I'm
you
on it
check
right
this
now.
price, and I'm gonna find out the original HasLab Histink price because
Okay.
I wonder if they're increasing the price, like because they might charge like a $50-$100 premium, maybe.
Okay, $200. $200 on this on Hasbro Pulse up for pre-order right now. It's going for 30 more days. So by the end of December, you put in your order. If you want to get the His tank, the Arctic version.
That's kind of crazy actually, because the original GI Joe HasLab I'm looking here, it was 300, so it was 300, and then now this one is
100.
200, so it's
Yeah,
actually
200.
$100 cheaper. Now, of course, with this, it's probably only gonna come with one figure, right? Because there's
Correct.
gonna be no
Only one
tiers.
figure. Yep. Only one figure.
But
Yeah.
even then, like, let's check how much the cover of his tank had. The cover of his tank came with, let me
Three,
check here,
two.
maybe two or three, for sure, a couple. One, let's see, one, two. The weapons, three. So three figures and then
Okay.
different weapons. So still, though, I think you getting two figures less and less weapon attachments than the original, saving $100. I would gladly give up two figures and the weapon attachments for $100, a third of the price. I think that's crazy. So I think this is like a steal, honestly, in comparison to the original HasLab. The only thing with this is, I'm really excited for this because I'm gonna buy it. Like, I'll take a second one, especially in like, me, I'm a sucker for translucent stuff. I'm also sucker for Arctic themed stuff. So I'll take this Arctic his tank. It looks like they even got like really nice paint apps. I don't know how much that is like. Is that the treads like how it's gonna look? You think like that treads? I think
Maybe. Let
so.
me see if I can
Maybe,
get a clean shot.
dude. I
I
think
have
so. I wouldn't put it
yeah,
past them. I think that's the paint apps, which look
yeah, yeah.
honestly very realistic. Like that's exactly how kind of snows appears on treads.
Mhm.
But with this sets a precedent that I think could damage the HasLab brand. I think this is the no,
Yes.
this is the obvious. It's an obvious detriment to the HasLab brand because now, especially honestly, dude, sometimes I wonder what Hasbro people are thinking. Okay, because on top of you just kind of re-releasing a thing that you said was going to get exclusive, you do it at a cheaper price point. So it's like a double kind of hit to the face to the people who purchase
Yeah,
this. You know what I'm saying?
slap
Like
to the
people,
face. Yeah.
yeah, and it's double. That's what I'm saying. Like, whoa, man, it is a crazy kind of thing because now people are gonna be like, wait, why am I gonna purchase this HasLab if further
Yes.
down the line it could get re-released again in a different colorway? Now, I do think though this only applies to Joe HasLabs because I don't see this or Joe, and then I think if we ever, sadly, if we ever maybe get a Star Wars Black Series 6-inch scale Starship, because then you can repeat that, which I'm all for that, baby. That's why I even told you before. I was
Yeah.
like it's so easy to repaint that. Repaint that. I would think they should do that for Star Wars. So I think,
Jedi
but
Starfighter
like,
is easy, right?
yeah, dude. Even any starship, you can find a customized version in Clone Wars, like one that's
True.
like different,
True.
But yeah, but like let's say for like what other for like Marvel Legends, I mean maybe you could repaint the Galactus and honestly you probably could repaint Sentinel and Galactus
Sentinel's
to be
cute.
honest with you.
I
Yeah,
think
because they're yeah.
Galactus might be a little harder, but
What I'm saying though is like, well, not even like a good repaint. Like I mean like an unjustified repaint that they're known to do. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like where it's like a
cell
different shade of
shading.
purple. Yeah. Exactly. A gimmick paint job or just a different hue of purple. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And so I
yeah.
do think this is a good
Pearlescent or
thing though,
something.
just because, you know, as I've gotten like collecting over the years, I just feel like exclusivity kind of ruins the hobby. And so I'm all for them re-releasing HasLabs. I'm all for that.
I'm honestly like more excited now. Yeah, it's hard because like HasLabs, it gets made, it gets made. But if it does get made, now there is that again, like you were saying, that precedent. Like now, I'm excited. Are we going to get like that Rattler, the Dragonfly, just in a recolor, dude? That'd be sick.
Yeah.
You know,
And, like, with less figures or less accessories
and
at
I'm
a cheaper
fine with
price point.
that.
Yeah, and,
I'm
I hope it doesn't kind of push people away from backing these Hazards because the whole reason why this is able to be made and solicited is because the original fans who backed it and
yes,
funded the molds to funded the molds to for it to be made. That's why this is able to be come to life at this price point with
yes,
these limited figures. And
yeah.
so I hope it doesn't kind of cause us to have HasLabs
Yeah,
fail.
I hope they don't shoot themselves in the foot with this, right? Like we want
Yeah.
HasLabs to be made, and that's where they're gonna be able to do these bigger type figures, and maybe they're like you, right? Maybe a lot of collectors like you, like I want this one, and if it comes down with a second one at a cheap price point, why would I not pick up their recolor, right? Who knows?
Yeah.
Everyone's different. Everyone collects for differently. So, but I'm excited for this. I pre-ordered this. You won't get charged till next year. So, and that's a great little Christmas hiss coming in there with the Arctic version. All right, let's jump over to Marvel Legends here. We're getting there was like a X or CCXP, San Diego, or so not San Diego. It was like a Sao Paulo's down in Brazil Comic Con that a couple things got announced. Marvel Legends doing a red She-Hulk here. We got a Raphael She-Hulk. Cool hair. I like the short hair too. That comes or this like wavy and like not wavy hair.
Yeah, definitely good hair sculpt. Good, honestly, sculpt throughout the figure. Like, and also we needed an updated red She-Hulk. The one that we have is so old. This is definitely a needed upgrade.
And this is using that green She-Hulk, the comic version. I think one of the first updated She-Hulks that they brought out. And along with that, we're also getting a Amazon exclusive lizard. So this looks like the bath. It's a lot bigger. It's the $40 price point, coming with the more reptilian head as well as like the more like comic TV show animated series head as well.
Yeah, it looks really good. Honestly, this is probably one of my favorite Build-A figures. And yeah, the only thing that's different here, of course, is the colors and of course the two different head sculpts. Because the original Bath had more of a very hyper realistic kind of T-Rex type head. Whereas
Mhm.
like even this one that like doesn't look as like cartoony as the other one is still much more cartoony than the original one that we got. And
Yeah.
so it's kind of cool now because now we have kind of three levels
Yeah.
of a lizard head.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of pick and choose, like, if you want that hyper realistic, then you don't even have to buy the bath. You can probably even find just the bath piece and pop it on here. And the shades might be a little
True.
off, but still you could fudge it on there. And then if you
Just hit with
want,
some matte
these,
spray.
yeah, or if you want these kind of cartoonish ones that kind of fit with your animated series line, because that's how this
Yeah.
is being solicited as, right? It's like an animated type lizard with the box art
Um.
we saw.
Yeah. Yeah. It's that
Yeah, I
square
looked at the box
box.
art. I looked at the box art. It had
Yeah.
like the animated Spider-Man logo.
Yeah. 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 And
So that's how it's.
that's how I read it as right. So,
Yeah, but good re-release. Honestly, I think $40 is a good price for this figure. It's a big figure.
and that's kind of what I was going to talk about too. Like the $40 price point is what a little bit lower than what we've been seeing on these like
Baths readers.
baths coming back around, and maybe and it's still a big lizard. It's not like big like dense, but it's still a larger figure.
Yeah.
And along with that, the third reveal here was the No Way Home Amazing Spider-Man. So this is Andrew Garfield. You're getting with him, it just coming back around. You get the beautiful lower abdomen and the ball up here. I love this articulation on a Spidey. So favorites, butterflies, double elbows, all that fun stuff. Yeah. What do you think, Josh?
Yeah,
This is
it's
your
a
boy.
really yeah, it's a fantastic figure, honestly. It's shockingly better than the SH Figure Arts, and I pre-ordered the Mafex. We'll see how that stacks up. But like,
Mhm.
I honestly just think for the price point, I don't even think just factoring in price point, I don't even think the Mafex is going to surpass this figure. Just for big bang for your buck.
Right, right,
And
right.
then kind of the major difference with this is they said is just it's a brighter blue. So the original one that they released was more of a dark blue, and this one is the brighter blue.
Cool. All right, let's keep it going here. Let's jump over to Mezco Toys. Mezco's dropping their turtles. They're doing now. This is specifically the 1990 Turtles movie versions. And yeah, let's talk about. It. We got a movable eyes on all the heads, which is fun. That's cool. We get some pizza friends here. The rooftop scene, 26 points of articulation. Cowabunga. Actually, no, this is the radical. I got it for us right here.
Radical.
Yep. So we got the radical there, and we're getting some newspaper for the turtles. My favorite here. I love that they hit this pose, the ninjutsu. Dun, 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 dun,
Na,
dun,
na,
dun.
na, 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 yeah.
Here we got Raph helping him out of the tub after he wakes up. Film accurate detailing and accessories, and of course you got to have the split scene there. So, and oh, this was really cool here. The real soft goods belts and pads. So the pads and the belt on them are like actual soft goods there, which I thought was a nice little touch. All right, Josh, what are you
Yeah.
thinking?
What's the price point? It's like 400.
Oh shoot, I forgot to get
I
that.
think it's 400
Yeah, yeah,
when I
something
saw
like
it
that.
on BBTS.
Okay,
I think
okay.
it's, yeah, I think it's 399. You know, it goes back to the NECA turtles, just how phenomenal those things are. And I honestly do feel like the Mezco head sculpts just look a little bit more realistic to me than the NECA ones. Like, I think just like it's not by much, but I do think there's just something like there's just a little bit more life that they're capturing in these head sculpts. But I will say the bodies look small to me. The girth of the shoulders are not broad enough. They're way too narrow. And I think the arms and legs look a little small. Like they were kind of bulkier. I just in my head they look bulkier, and also the NECA figures are bulkier. So I think the limbs might be a little small. But $400, you know, if you're a Mezco sucker, because yeah, we get the leather belts, but and the pads, but it's like that's it. So you're paying $100 per figure for yeah, you're getting loads of accessories, but you can get the ultimate versions from NECA. I think they were like $45.
Yeah,
So for less than half the price, probably coming with the same amount of accessories by now because they included all the accessory
the ultimate.
from
Yeah,
the accessory packs. They kind of included those in there, and so yeah, it's just hard to justify $100 for each figure. They are cool though, but it's just if Mezco's doing it and there's not really soft goods, then what are we paying? Why are we paying so much?
yeah, $350 is on what they went up. The set went. All
Okay.
four of them went for on BBTS.
Yeah.
But I agree with you, man. And for me, I'm having like the opposite reaction. I feel like the heads are too big. I feel like they're like really bulbous heads. Now, yes,
Well,
they're
that's why I said the body's small. So
yeah.
I don't think the heads are too big. I think it's the body.
And for
Straight up,
me, I
it's
think
the
the heads
body.
are too big and the bodies are fine. That's me. But it's the same. It's the same coin, right? It's the same coin. It's two sides
Yeah.
of the same coin. The
Yeah.
proportions are slightly off, and
Mhm.
I don't know the way they're doing their masks. It doesn't look like the turtles from the movie. Like, and maybe it's just because I'm used to the NECA turtles, but like I'm not seeing the movie turtles here, especially the way they're shooting this here. Like, this is giving off the 2005 TMNT movie.
Especially that Leo back there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
like
Yeah, yeah,
this.
the animated movie.
Yeah, the animated movie, right? This is TMNT. I don't know. And also, some people were saying like this is like the Injustice when the turtles got thrown into the Injustice universe. If you look
That
at
is.
those
That
figures,
is. That's the promo images. That's the promo shot. Even the background. I remember that shot. You're right.
and like they're saying like they look more similar to those, where like the proportions a little more exaggerated or bulbous, and that's what I'm seeing here too. So I
Oh
think
my gosh. Whoever said that is a genius because that's exactly what happened. Because I remember when they got into that Injustice game, they were skinnier. The arms and legs were skinnier because these guys are Mezcos are they're idiots. They started referencing an animated version and not the actual live action. Because you know, with the live action, they're bulkier because it's a guy in a padded foam suit. And so
yeah,
that's why the body's like larger. Whereas like the video game, they just kind of went for like kind of realistic proportions of what they would be like, you know. That's what
yeah,
happened. That's 100% what happened.
I think so too. I think we're looking at these turtles personally. You know,
They reference the reference. You never, as an artist, you never reference the reference, guys.
I don't know. It's
I see
interesting.
that little. I see that. Yeah.
All right. But they did sneak in a little teaser here. Can faintly see Master Splinter here.
Oh yeah, I do see it.
Just barely in the
And
flames
see
there.
that would be a good Mezco because that's a lot of
Yes.
soft goods. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be a good Mezco. Even like a Casey.
Well, and we have Casey's, right? We had the Mirage comics. We got the Eastman Laird comic version of
Yeah, but
Casey.
I want me. I don't know if
Yeah,
they'll get. I don't know if
Elias.
they'll get it though.
That's actually true because Elias Cortez didn't want to
They had to beg
give
him.
his license. No,
Yeah,
April, right? April
yeah,
had
she
to
begged him.
beg him to get that
So I
done.
don't think Mezco will do it.
It might be too much work. Right?
Yeah.
All right, we'll continue here. There's everything you're getting with the turtles, head sculpts, weapons, hands, all sorts of fun hands there. A cool spinning psi effect. That's fun for Raph. And too much teeth. I'll say it. Too much teeth. You get the spinning nunchuck as well. A fellow chucker. All right, let's jump over to Storm Collectibles. Storm Collectibles dropping us a reissue of Nightwolf. And this is Storm Collectibles, so the larger size, not Storm Arena. But from Mortal Kombat. When's the last time we got a Mortal Kombat from Storm Collectibles? I feel like we haven't talked about that in a while. Does this mean they're gonna get some excitement about this and then drop them into Storm Arena? That'd be fun.
We'll see. But I'm actually really glad that they're kind of still doing both scales, just because the Storm original Storm Mortal Kombat line is kind of pretty deep now, and I feel like they're
Mhm.
getting close to completing the set. So I feel like at this point you got to complete the set. And Nightwolf's one of my favorites. So really good accessories, translucent green. Look at that freaking lightning effect. You're getting kind of all of his kind of cool power ups. Do we get a
Well,
green like freaking tomahawk? Just a
no.
regular tomahawk, unpowered, but
Yeah,
still.
yeah, unpowered there. But yeah, this is how you hold the bow and arrow, guys.
Yeah,
All right, let's jump over to SH Figure Arts. Just releasing a base body here. Those are always fun. Pick those up if you want them. They're fun to pose, and you get all those articulations. I'm excited for the personally in art. I know we're talking SH Figure Arts, but in art ones come in at half the price, if not a third the price of these figures. All right,
I know. The good thing though with that though is these ones are a lot slimmer, right? So I think
true.
they
Different body
lend
type. Yeah.
themselves more to like soft goods. Like you can buy soft goods and put
Mhm.
it on there, it's gonna look right. Because those in art ones are definitely way too bulky to even have soft goods on them.
Yeah.
But it's also really cool to see just SHR Arts and articulation scheme improving and then kind of on full display because there's no kind of extra paint apps and sculpt to distract you. You can really see like looking at it like an old SH figure, it's like how much they're actually
Mhm.
improving and how smoother the joint scheme is getting.
Yeah, look at that knee, man. Beautiful.
Yeah.
That silhouette. All right, we're going over to the Chokogan. This is the metal stuff that they do, the die-cast metal and all that fun stuff. Let me get the price up on this because it was a lot. But
It
Samus,
might be
dude.
worth it though. Dude, it
Okay.
might be worth it. I'm looking for something like this, and this looks pristine. I feel like the metallic paint job looks really good. The colors look spot on. The
Yeah.
articulation looks spot on. I feel like you need a lot of articulation for this figure because she gets into so many kind of really
Yes.
acrobatic poses.
Yes. And I'm 100% with you on this. Like, it looks incredible. So, die cast armor and the internal skeleton will be die cast. It also has LED features. So, the plasma cannon, her cannon lights up, her chest lights up, and her visor lights up, giving her. And you can kind of see it there. There is a fully sculpted Samus face underneath that visor. So just an incredible amount of detail, incredible articulation on this. So price is on at least this is on Big Bad Toy Store, so there's probably a little bit of extra there. $289.
Son of a
LED
guys,
diecast.
dude! It's so beautiful though.
Yeah, it is.
It's absolutely a work of art. This figure. This is a work of art, dude. And I got like myself. I'm trying to set up like a Super Smash Bros. Shelf.
Oh, dang, yeah.
Um, yeah, man, freak. 285.
289. So 290, almost $300.
I don't know if I can do that, especially because it is a 12-inch figure. Like I can get kind of you can get a hot toy for cheaper. You know what I'm saying?
If you buy one now, you get a free hot toy too.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, that I think even with the light up feature, and even with I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, guys. You let me know if I'm wrong, but there's like all Jedi hot toys have light up features. They all come with a
Mm,
lightsaber light up
okay.
hand. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay.
And those Jedi's usually retail 250, 12-inch figure, beautifully painted head sculpts, right? Like masterful. So
Right.
like,
Right.
I mean, there is a metal component to this, but
It's a
I
lot,
don't
dude. It's the
know.
Chokogan, man. They
It
always drop that pretty penny on us because I was going to get that Speed Racer Mach 5, but
Yeah. No,
then they dropped
I
the
do.
price on it.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think it's fair. I don't think this price one's fair, and I hope that MDLX can give us
Mm,
$150 Samus like this.
there you go.
So I feel like MDLX could just do as good as job as
Oh
Shokogan
yeah,
here, and they could probably solicit it for 150. And I think 150 with light ups and metal would be fair.
yeah, for sure. I agree. All right, we'll see. Beautiful figure though. Beautiful figure. All right, let's take it around the net here. First up, MDLX. Speaking of the Dill, we got Cutman. This is cool, dude. I'm not too familiar with Mega Man, but like the silhouettes are pretty like iconic. Great reuse that we're getting here in that base body, but just giving him a different head and accessories. Cutman here coming in. I love that his little blade or his scissors, I guess, on top of his head are removable, and then they also have the cool throwing effect, dude. Love this.
Yeah, it is very cool. And especially it's like hard though, I feel like, because like if I was a collector and I was like a really big fan of Mega Man, I would maybe go for the Mega Man MDLX. But then for side characters like Cutman and Bomb Man, might rather get the Jada. Just because I feel like they scale kind of good enough. You could save a lot of money doing that. Whereas you just have your Mega Man MDLX. But did you see there's like Amazon made like a bunch of shorts based off video games? And
Uh-uh.
they're called
Oh,
they're
Amazon
called Secret
Prime. Secret level.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
secret
Holy
level.
yeah.
Yeah, there was a Mega Man one. There was a Mega Man. It wasn't that
There
good, but there
was
was one. There was one.
the Warhammer
Like
40K one was
like I saw the
good, dude.
potential. I saw the potential. It wasn't good, but there was potential there. Yeah. But
Yeah,
how much is this?
yes. Secret level was pretty good. I'm not sure on the price on this one.
Probably like $100. But yeah. Cool, good enough, yeah. And that's actually kind of helps them because I feel like they're reusing a lot of they can reuse a lot of pieces from previous Mega Man figures.
Yeah, exactly. That's like the boots are going to be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
a
the
lot of
arms
the arms
sometimes.
are going to be the same. Like even I'd even say the chest is the same.
Yeah, I think only the head really changes.
And like, the color is whatever. You can change
Yeah.
that anytime. So, all right. Ding, 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 ding. Next up, I wanted to wrap up the show here with some further details on the Gong Studios Batman Hush, officially licensed. It's up on Big Bad Toy Store, so that's kind of cool. That Gong toy is on there. I like that. $120, and that does include the tariff surcharge. But yeah, this figure is just beautiful, dude. And again, not a bad price point for this level of figure. Like this is Mezco ribbed suit with the beautiful, but then also like the Chinese level of face sculpt, right? That's what we're kind of noticing with the Chinese companies, man. Especially Gong Studios just knocks spark with those face sculpts.
Yeah. This is cool. It's exciting just to have more players come into the game and kind of disrupt Mezco. We need that.
So again, yeah, just wanted to give an update on that price point for the Gong Studios Hush Batman. Beautiful figure.
Yeah.
All right, and that's going to go ahead and wrap up our show this week. All right, let's go ahead and talk about our pick of the week. Josh, what are you feeling?
If I was just like nothing mattered, it would be Samus. 100% be Samus. But I factor in everything. I factor in.
Sure.
I try to take my emotions out of it and factor in everything, price point, everything else. So it can't be Samus because that's a ripoff. Maybe what the crap? That armored Batman's sick, but I had my gripes with it. To be honest, straight up, maybe his tank, Arctic his tank, straight up.
Okay.
I think for $200, that's crazy cool, and I think it's cool for people to get that for $200.
Yeah, you took mine. I'm excited for that. I've never been excited for like his tank or like GI Joe vehicle, man, but they're fun. So his tank's sick, dude. I'm gonna give it to Samus. That's a beautiful, gorgeous figure, man, and it is very tempting. But you're right. Maybe another company comes in like MDLX and does it at a
Yeah, because
better
even
price
Figma
point.
made one, and it wasn't metal, but it was shiny enough.
Okay, okay. But again, beautiful, gorgeous figure on that Samus there. So the Chikogan, man, if they just weren't so dang expensive, I'd be buying all
Yeah,
of
they're
them.
wild.
They do wild out. All right, friends. Well, let us know down below your pick of the week. And as always, keep collecting, keep playing, and may the action figure gods smile upon you. Peace.